Today I'm going to be doing a review on the KEL TEC Sub 2000 Generation 1. So stay tuned. What's up, parishioners? This is Chaplain Reese here, and if God done it for me, He can do it for you too. I appreciate you joining me today. If you have not already, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video, where I encourage you to live by faith through Jesus Christ and by the power of the Holy Ghost. This is the KEL TEC Sub 2000 9mm. It also comes in a 40 caliber. When I got out of the Army in 2004, I went to a pawn shop and I bought this gun. Not this exact gun, but the same model gun in a 40 caliber. This is a 9mm. They come to hold all different types of magazines. They hold Glock magazines, and this one in particular holds a 9mm Beretta magazine. This gun, as you can see in the introduction, it folds over, but to get it to fold back over, it has a trigger guard, and you pull the bottom of the trigger guard down. And once you have it down, it simply folds right over and locks into place. Now, this can easily be fit in a backpack. I told the guy the other day, I was just joking with him. I said, yeah, it folds over so you can fit it in the backpack and take it to the bank. And he thought I was, oh, you don't want to take it to the bank. But this is the Generation 1, okay? This is the gun that I had that I was going to commit suicide with when I got out of the Army. But thank God that I didn't. And this is the one that I wanted. I wanted one of these for a long time, and I had the 40 caliber back then, but now I got the 9mm, and that's what I wanted because I already have 3 more 9mm. I have 2 Smith & Wesson Shield 9mm and 1 Glock 17 9mm, and now this. So I can just buy that one particular round. Now with this weapon here, I'm going to measure the barrel and tell you how long it is. And it is 16 inches, a 16-inch barrel, and from the handle to the upper part is 7.5 inches. And what else do I? Oh, the overall length. I should measure that. Now, to undo this on the sight, it locks into the sight, and it's got a little button that goes backwards there, and you pull that back. It's connected to the shoulder piece, but it pushes back, and then there's that little button right there that holds it in place, and then it goes forward. Let's see how long this thing is. It's 29 inches. So that is almost, it's under 2.5 feet long. Now I'm going to take the magazine out, and to pull back the bolt in it, to pull it back, to cock it, it's got this thing right here, and it spins. So therefore, you can pull it back and just let your finger spin off of that. Now check this out. It has a lock right there, a place to lock that, so it'll come back, and the bolt does not go forward. In this case, you can open it up and look down in there and clean. And that's one downfall of this gun is I don't know how to field strip it. I don't know how to take it apart, but it's put together with screws. So this possibly this back part could come off and you could take the bolt out somehow that way. I don't know. I'm not going to dig into it. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. I'll just clean it how I can where it's at. So as I was saying, to pull the bolt back, you pull that and then you can just push it back over and let it go. And now you got it ready. So one positive thing about that though is that when you pull it over like this, it's easy to clean the barrel out. There it is, check it out. Just run your thing through there and clean it out good. Now they've got a newer generation. This gun has had several owners, and someone has screwed something onto here and screwed something onto the sides, but the new ones have rails on them that goes on the top and the bottom and the sides, and that makes it real nice to put your lights or a laser sight, whatever that you want on there. And it has the front sight. It's the optical type sight with a little green dot right here that lights up, or don't light up, but it glows. And I love these sights. Now this sight folds down when you put it down. It's just plastic, and it's when you look through this hole, it lines up perfectly with the end, and it just makes it so easy to sight it in. It does have a safety. That's a nice. I like safeties on my gun. Some don't, but I do. I like to have a safety on my gun. It has a place for a strap right here, and I guess the other part of the strap you would just tie onto the barrel. This front sight is adjustable. And one thing that you do not want to do is when you have a magazine in this and you have it broke over. One thing you don't want to do when it's broke over and you have a magazine in it is do this, because your bullet will fly out of it. And if you have a bullet in the chamber and you break it over, the bullet will just sort of fall out into the air. So you always want to make sure that there's no bullet in the chamber when this thing is open. But it's a good little gun, and I will tell the story about how I got this gun at the conclusion of the video. But some people just want to see it, see what it's about, and see how it shoots. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Oh, the paint job. What do you think about that paint job? I put that paint job on there. Basically what I done was I cleaned the whole weapon off with alcohol, and then I sprayed it bright orange, and then I took black, camouflage black, like a dull black, and put on top of that after the orange was completely dry. And then I got some steel wool type sandpaper, and I just went over it in places, and that's how we get this cool looking, used looking paint job on it. But I really like the way that it turned out. I paint almost all of my guns. But I've got a red cup, a Dixie cup over there, and it looks like it's maybe 30 feet away, and I'm just going to shoot it and see what it does from right here. So I'm going to break this over. The weapon is on safe. I'm going to put the magazine in, and then I'm going to pull it back, and I locked it just for demonstration purposes, but you don't have to lock it, and then let it go. Now my son did shoot this, and he shoots left-handed. He is not left-handed, but left is his dominant eye. And you know, he's only 10 years old, but as he was shooting it, he was hitting the magazine release, which is on the left side, and the magazine kept falling out when he was shooting it. So that's something that you need to think about too. let me shoot at this Dixie cup. Hopefully my neighbor's all awake over there. But I just want to see how it'll do at like 30 feet. And then after this, I'm going to show you, I'm going to actually take it out there, but I'm going to shoot actually through one of my swings here into the yard, just a cup out in the yard. Maybe they'll think this is a firecracker going on. Safety on. So just to show you where I was shooting at. See, the cup is right here, right there. I shot through that left triangle on the swing, and I thought I missed it the first time, but I don't know. Let's go see. I may have missed it the first time. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not too prideful to say that it is a possibility that I missed. Potluck tomorrow night at church, blackberry cobbler. All right, here I am, simply at 20 feet. And this is 40 feet. $50 feet. $60 feet. $70 feet. And here we're looking at 100 feet. So as you can see, at 100 feet, or at 70 feet, I missed the second shot, and then I've missed several times here at 100 feet. And at the end, the last 4 rounds, I hit 3 of those 4, because I began trying to figure out where I needed to aim, and for those I aimed to the left and up a little bit in case the bullet was dropping as it went out of the gun. And the gun did jam up several times, and it could possibly be because of the paint. I have painted it, and I should have put tape over this, but I didn't. It could be because of the paint. And the man that I bought it from said the man he got it from, I've got a big long magazine that comes out of it, and he said that the last round that it would not go up into the barrel, and that could possibly have something to do with needing to be cleaned, because they've never cleaned it before, and who knows if the person that had it before them cleaned it. So I'm gonna clean it, and I'm sure that it will work fine. But I still love the gun, and I think it's a good buy for $250. I hope you've enjoyed the video. So yeah, that is it. And the story behind this gun is there's a man at my church, and he watches the videos when I post them on Facebook, and he told me, he said, "Hey, I got another gun you can shoot if you want to borrow it." And I said, "Yeah." I said, and he told me what it was. And like I said, the reason why I wanted one of these is because I had one when I first got out of the Army. And not only that, but I have all of these 9mm, and this one has the long barrel on it, so I know that was my horse. So I know it's more accurate. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted one of these. I actually read a End Times book of a guy that had one of these. His had the Glock magazine in it, but he talked about it, KEL TEC Sub 2000. So the guy said, "Yeah, you can, Brother Ed," he said, "Yeah, you can take it home and shoot it." And then he said, "You know what, I'll sell it to you if you want to buy it." And you know me, I done a review on the Glock 17, and I told I can't afford to buy guns all the time like some people do. I've got a wife and 4 children. I've got this property here, and got all these animals, and I just can't afford to spend money. So when somebody offers to sell me a gun, I usually just block them out and like, no way. But he told me that he had quite a bit into this gun from trades, and he told me that he would sell it to me for $250, and I knew that was a good deal for this gun. And I told him that I said, "Man," I said, I may have to pay it out." And he said, "That's fine, just pay me when you can." He said, "I hadn't even shot it." And it does, somebody has tried to do some modifications. For some reason, it looks like they carved out a hole right here. And like I said, it's got screw holes in it, but I don't care. I knew I was going to put this distressed, aged look on it anyway, so I didn't care about that. But after he offered that to me, I took it out here to a couple of weeks ago or a week ago to do that review on it, to shoot it, and I pulled it out and I went to go shoot, and it was dead on. I mean, I was more than 30 foot away from like I was with that cup right there. And I said, "Well, I'm gonna back up some more." And I backed up some more, bing, and I hit it. And it was so accurate that I knew that I had to have this gun for my collection. Now, I'm not a gun collector per se. I've got these guns for self-defense. God forbid that I ever have to do that. For hunting, for shooting things around the farm. And like I said, it's a nice addition because I have those 9mm rounds. but I'm really impressed with the way that this gun shoots and how accurate it is. And I was out of town all last week. You may wonder why I had it in a white trash bag. I was out of town all last week, and when I go out of town, I don't leave all my guns in my little gun cabinet. I've got a little thin metal cheap gun cabinet that I bought off of Craigslist or something, and they could actually just turn it over and take the whole thing easily. So I take all my good guns and expensive guns out of it, and I put them in trash bags and I hide them around my house where no one could find them. And that way, if somebody does, which I live out here in the country, I've got fence all around my place and a gate down there, but if somebody does break into my home and find my gun safe, then they'll find it and say, well, we've got his guns, and they'll take it, and they'll just get a couple of 22s, a cheap shotgun, and they'll think they got all my guns when all my good guns are hidden throughout the house. So I thought that I would throw that in there. But all in all, with this gun, I really like it. And there has been some concerns with the sights on the new generation of this gun, but apparently they say that has been fixed. And it would be a concern with it being at the end of the barrel and locking this down and carrying stuff around, because sights are important. But like I said, it's accurate, and that's one of the reasons why I have it. It has a sentimental value to it for me, and it's a versatile gun, very small to carry. Well, I hope this review has helped you, and if you got any questions, leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to read your Bible and pray every day, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Chaplain Reese signing off. I love you and appreciate you.